EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And he's got some space, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cousins now to throw on first down. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Falcons had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing, Cousins. His throw incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The Falcons send out their punter. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Cousins to throw for it on fourth. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On play action, Cousins. That's to a man who had some good years in a Cowboy uniform, Amari Cooper. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here we go. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Cousins on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone. And
now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins. Got a man. It's London. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12-3 your score after 1 on EA Sports.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, in that last possession, needing only the one play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Pollard again. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Open man, Lamb. It's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And again, it's Prescott. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Flush to his right.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. This time, the extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout is going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
165 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Prescott now from the 50. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Malik McDowell forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Throwing, Prescott. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with...
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Keion Crossen. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Falcons 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 33. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott rolling to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Prescott.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Cousins.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Prescott down. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Falcons 10.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Trucks over him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 118 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays,
3 first downs?
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Play fake. Cousins. Toward the pylon, caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And it's caught. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense.
There he goes, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play here for Dallas. 97 yards, everything but pay dirt. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Cowboys, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.
They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work.
I'm really out for blood this time, look.